What's up, guys? Thomas Bepko. We've got Justin DeCrosta. We're back at it. Market update. We got some real good information this week. Some places are up, some places are down. We got an inventory shortage. Are we seeing a slowdown? What do we got, Just?
A lot
what's
happening
popping?
this week as you guys are staying tuned and following us every week. The market is crazy right now, and we like to do our best to inform you what are the latest numbers and data. Looking at this week, Inman came out with this great article. The Federal Housing Finance Agency, that's a tongue twister, FHFA, said that home prices have increased just about 5.5% from April from last year. So as we're seeing things under contracts start to fly up, we all know that it's super competitive market out there. Things are flying off the shelves as soon as they hit the market because of that low inventory. The overall numbers across the country are showing that. FHFA again says home prices across the board up 5.5%. So as we cover all the numbers, it still is very much a seller's market out there, and we are needing the inventory to meet the demands of all those buyers. So if you're somebody thinking about it, we say it every week, here you go. 5.5% equity you just gained in the past 12 months. Now is the perfect time to put your hat in the ring. Because we got these buyers who are dying out there for these wonderful
Before we look at the data, Justin, I just want to touch on that really fast. Being in the trenches every day with writing the contracts and updating pre-approvals for the same property for 5 different buyers, right, with 5 different agents. I mean,
Right.
We're writing the same pre-approvals for the same houses. They're going fast. Specific price ranges, right, are moving a lot faster than some. So I just wanted to touch on that. Looking at it every day, we're writing the same pre-approvals on the mortgage side for the same properties. We need inventory. We need inventory. Let's look at the numbers, Josh. Let's go ahead.
Be just a baseline, 5.5% equity baseline. So you can only imagine if you're in a hotter market, especially Fairfield County. So really, it's a really good time to start thinking about it. But let's get to the numbers. Let's see where we're at this week. We went from June 20th to June 25th. Branford to Stamford with Madison and Weston.
Here we go.
Sneaked in there, added by popular demand. Okay, so here we go. On our way down. Madison, big jump in new listings from there. 12 up, over double from last week. 14 under contracts, down just a little bit. Branford, 13 under contracts and 5 new listings. So they saw a little bit of a slowdown there. East Haven, a little slowdown in the listings. 8, 17 under contracts, pretty steady there. New Haven, 19 under contracts. Decent closings here, 8 closings there. Also a little bit of shortage of inventory, only 8 new listings. West Haven saw a good little pop this week, 25 under contracts. Their inventory is still at a slow, only 7 new ones over these past week. 2 closings. We'd like to see that up a little bit higher. Milford, very, very steady. Last week, 29 under contracts. This week, 30. 15 new listings this week. So a nice little bump in inventory in Milford. Stratford saw a very good jump here in under contracts. Last week, 31. This week, 40. They also saw another strong week in new listings at 18. So Stratford really starting to heat up. Moving into Fairfield County, Bridgeport, last week 35, this week 34 under contracts, very, very steady. Fairfield, as you know, it's been on quite a tear, 58 under contracts last week, this week 61, so we love to see that. They were down a little bit in inventory from 25 to 19, so we would like to see that number start creeping back up. Norwalk also has been on a tear, 51 under contracts last week, 46 this week, slight step back, still very strong, although the closings in Norwalk came down just about half. Moving on to Stamford. Stamford last week, 63. This week, 62. Very, very strong market there. They unfortunately went down about 11 in the new listings over this past 10 days. So again, inventory shortage, we're seeing it all over the place. Stamford really dropped down from 23 to 8 closings over this time.
That's a big drop.
Big, huge drop. Westport, 40 under contracts last week, which is extremely strong for them. went all the way down to 29 this week, so they're at a bit of a slow. And they cut their new listings in half in Westport, so we don't like to see that. And then our final place, Weston's still very, very strong. 19 under contracts for this week, and then their new listings more than doubled, so they're setting up in there. So aside from a few towns here, overall theme is under contracts are pretty steady over the past 2-3 weeks in most places, but now the past 2 weeks we're seeing the inventories start to creep back down again. So we really need to keep our eye on that, and we're hoping for the best. And we want to correlate that to what's going on in the mortgage area. So TJ, what can we say? What are you seeing on the mortgage side that's maybe reflecting some of these numbers?
So purchase applications now have fallen for the first time in 10 weeks, right? That's purchase applications. Now refinance and purchase application activity, it's still up from a year ago. And this is measured, this article's from Housing Wire. I really like Housing Wire. It's one of the first things I go to when I want a market update. They're fast and they're accurate, and they're, primarily lot of mortgage, right? So they're saying they fell about 3% last week, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. First decline for purchase application in 10 weeks, following the highest level of purchase applications in over 11 years the week prior.
Oh.
Wow. So that's quite a run, right? I mean, I think we're slowing down a little bit. I think everybody might need a little bit of a break. It seems like everybody's busy, things are flying off the market, right? Look, if people start listing, they're going to move, right? They're going to move. I think people are just peeling back a little bit because rates right now, they're still low. Rates are still low. And I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see next week what's going on. I think it's summer, right? Kids, the last day of school was last week. This week, kids, if they are in the camp, who knows what's going on? Still in the different phases, right? Connecticut, obviously, we're in phase 2 right now. So there aren't any public camps open. I know that schools, there's
not
nothing.
that it maybe so much affects us, but vacation-wise, some states now are talking about pulling back their restrictions, pulling back the phases from where they are. Florida is a hot spot, especially here in the Northeast. A lot of us like to travel down to Florida, especially summer months. So curious to see if people maybe had those summer plans that maybe now are going to start curtailing them back because some of these states are pulling back and the numbers are starting to pop up again. So it's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting to see. We've had a little bit of a slowdown here the past couple of weeks, and after having a good 2-3 week pretty big boom. So very curious to see what the next couple of weeks starts to show.
So just to go back to what Housing Wire was saying, one of their economists said one factor that may potentially crimp growth in the months ahead is that the release of pent-up demand from earlier this spring is clashing with the tight supply of new and existing homes in the market, right? Additional inventory housing is needed to get more buyers, more options, and to keep home prices from rising too fast, right? So we're due for a little bit of a slowdown. Just to give you where the mortgage applications are about the decline, FHA's mortgage apps actually increased last week by 0.4%. VA fell 0.5%. USDA remained the same. The average interest rate, 30-year fixed conforming below a 510 loan amount is about 3.3, and that remained unchanged from the week before. So I like that. I like that how he said that pent-up demand, we could be slowing a little bit from everybody trying to move during the spring when they couldn't, but I believe it's going to be steady. I think it's going to be smooth sailing up until, like our Indian summer, but who knows what's going to happen with the election. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. That's going to be the next factor in, and I'm kind of on board with you with the Indian summer kind of deal. I think we're going to see little ups and downs and lows, and it's going to continue on into the fall. Some of the summer demand we're normally to see, but then he's right. You have the election coming up, and we all know.
If you guys remember 2016 or whatever, latter 2015, when the election came out, it was the largest mortgage interest rate increase it's seen in one time over the whatever Mortgage Bankers Association was graded since like the 1970s or something. So they hadn't seen this big of a jump ever. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see this election. I mean, rates are low right now as well, right? So it's good to keep an eye on it. Comment below. Let us see what you guys are seeing out there. What do you guys think is going to happen? Let's hear about it. Let's hear about market.
Are you an active buyer out there? Have you put in some offers on places that have gone under contract immediately? Have you not even got a shot at places you're interested in? Because we're seeing a lot of that out on our end. We'd like to hear some of your feedback.
Yep. And look, if you do have questions about listing and you have questions about mortgages, let us know. We've got all the information you need. So, Just, we'll talk next week, and let's see. It'd be interesting to see what Madison and Weston were the two leaders this week. Let's see what's going to happen to them next week. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Just, good job.
See you, man.